Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Don Peoples and Trav. We up in this thing, man. Deadbolt, ATL. Trav, what's happening?
Man, just cooling like I do, folk. Everything good with you?
Oh, man, everything good, man. You know we had to get into this Power Book 2 review live on Deadbolt ATL. Like, one thing I will say is this, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, what do you mean?" Like, I know y'all ain't about to come with a bad angle, but yeah, I mean, we definitely about to get into that because we want to talk about the writing in Power Book 2, and obviously, could have been better. Are we lowering our expectations when it comes to Black cinema?
I mean, I think we might got two different opinions on that. We finna see what's going on, though. I mean,
Let's go ahead and get in the ring one time, man. This is what they waiting for.
What you got? What you got for the people, Donnie? What you got to say about the writing on this?
So listen, man. When it comes to Power Book 2, now listen, I am a first. I've been with Power from day one. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, shout out to 50 Cent. The original Power Book, was a classic, and obviously, it's like a classic album. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's like Outkast's first album. It's like Wu-Tang's first album. It's like The Chronic. That's how it really is. And that's how I took Power. And now, they took all these different spinoffs, and now we got Power Book 2, which I feel like started off good. The first season was brilliant, I thought. You know what I'm saying? But now that we get into the second season of Power Book 2, I was kind of disappointed.
You were disappointed.
I was disappointed. And a lot of the reasons why I was disappointed, it had to do with just, I feel like just the writing of it, and that's why we titled the video, with dealing with the writing. It's one of those things to where when you see a lot of the characters keep being looped in, like even though they introduced Dante as, you know what I'm saying, like a new character. So you want to say like, a main character in the new season. I felt like we could have had a few more.
Like, what do you think is missing though?
Like how we had, like when we had the lawyers, when we had Proctor, we had, the black lawyer that was dating Tasha. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a couple of different, elements and stuff. I feel like it was missing more of a range. I felt like we were keeping everything so boxed in with this particular season.
I mean, the season was wrapped around the murder of the professor and the police officer, though. So, I mean, they trying to tell the story of Reek, man, and how he dealing with that situation.
Right, so, but I think they made it a little bit too.
I mean, and they brought in Dante. Yeah, and they brought in characters with Dante.
Okay,
they brought in the Asian guy, which was the chef, which he got offed. You know what I'm saying? For no reason, because he was not the one that was telling.
Yeah.
What about the dude that what's the nigga name? What's the other brother? Because you got Kane, you got Diana, and you got what's the other brother name?
Dre. You got Dre.
Dre.
And we gonna get into Dre.
No, I'm asking you, the dude that gave him the gold teeth with the braids, is he a new character, or has he always been in the Power universe?
That is a real good question. Now he could have came.
Remember,
I think he came from season 1, but he was not. Yeah, I don't think he was. a
so you don't think he was
to the Power Book 2
with Ghost and them? Okay,
yeah,
okay. So he's been with Book 2 from season 1.
Correct.
Got you.
So you know what I'm saying, like there really wasn't a lot of new character development in this, and this is what I liked about Power, like how we developed Dre with Ghost and just different characters, right? Kanan, character original, the 50 Cent character. We developed characters. I don't think we had a lot of those in this one.
I mean, this is only the second season though. It's still it's in its prime. It's not really hasn't carried on yet. So we just have to see, because there's definitely going to be a third season and probably a fourth. They're going to keep on with this story. Tariq is going to get back with his family. I guarantee you that.
So another thing I wanted to talk about also, like within this power book, right? Was and this was something that bled over a lot from the first one, but all we're just going to address it. I feel like the character casting did not match up. Now I understand what you're saying, that New York, obviously, and I get that too. They have a lot of blended families, right? So it's a lot of blended families, Puerto Ricans, blacks together, Panamanians, Dominicans. I get it, right? But I feel like they could have had one that more represented that type of culture. I felt like that, the character casting really wasn't there. I didn't understand that part. Like, especially with Kanan, right? Like with Kanan being the junior, obviously named after Lorenzo, the whole nine. Um, I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was something that, I don't understand why they had to choose his character to play that role.
I mean, people of color create different colors. So I
Yeah,
don't
but he
know.
didn't even
But I
have
feel
like
what
the
you're
curly
saying,
head.
though.
Like, he didn't even have, it's certain traits that you get off of mixed children. You feel what I'm saying? And he didn't have or display any of those type of traits. Like,
Lorenzo had
maybe
Lorenzo had
Diana,
some black kids, man.
huh?
Lorenzo had some black kids.
Yeah, I mean, to me, they could have character casted a lot better when it came to that part, unless they owed favors or these were the only people that were available.
Now I agree with you on that. But you remember, like we were saying off air, like I was telling you, like we don't know what they have in store as far as the storyline goes. But I really believe that moving forward, somewhere in the story, they're gonna find out that their father is not really Lorenzo. Kind of like the same
It has to.
situation that has happened with Zeke. Like all of a sudden now Zeke is Monet's son. Well, he was, because y'all saw what
I
happened.
mean, we're gonna get into that. But what
You
I'm
know,
saying is that the character casting, I feel like, ultimately was not there. Um, so that's another thing I really wanted to point out. I mean, just from the whole situation. Now just going off into Zeke, right? Now getting into the whole Zeke situation. And no, even before we talk about Zeke, another thing I want to address is, why does everybody have to be named Cain or Canaan? Like, is this because of something dealing with the Bible or something like that? Is there some biblical things tied to it? Because it seems like everybody is named Canaan.
or
We
it's
have a lot
simple,
of Canaans or Cains in the equation. You know what I'm saying?
right?
And it's a lot of different names that you can go with.
It is.
you know,
I agree.
you
It
know.
definitely is.
So that's something else that I think that was something that I pointed out that I just I didn't feel at all. Um, Another thing, yeah, let's jump right into Zeke. Now I feel like off top, I feel that the character of Zeke, I mean, him being betrayed, obviously, is the dumb airhead jock. He did play that role well, because with his looks and his mannerisms and stuff like that, they definitely, with all the memes and stuff that's been going around, I definitely feel that Zeke played that role to the best of his capabilities. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah, man, they killed him, man.
yeah,
Like for
yeah.
real.
Zeke has been on memes across America with that look. But I feel like, us looking at it and him being, you know, um casted 4 years younger or whatever, like, for him to find out that he's 4 years younger than he actually is. I think that was just a stretch. He's not from Africa. And even the African kids are known to, they know about the lie. You know, for him to be, I could see you lying maybe for a year or something, to throw something off, but to have like 4 years, I don't understand that logic, and why was that even put in like that? Who green lighted that part?
So
You know,
at 5 years old, he was told that he was one.
yes, and my thing
Hey,
is, nobody brought up like, okay, why did he have this time gap? Like, why was this time gap even present? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, did he get into a car accident to wipe his memory? You know, what was it that actually caused him to misplace 4 years of his life? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's the question and that's all up to the script, right? The people that's writing the script are the ones that are dictating that part. So what made them put that in without a narrative or something around it?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was a little strange, man. But at the same time, though, his character was portrayed to be an idiot, pretty much.
Yeah, but I think that just goes from the
So
dumb jock perspective that is perceived throughout sports,
that's
right?
not perceived though. That shit is real.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm
You
saying.
know,
But it's some jocks that are actually smart though. But
it is.
I'm saying if you had the narrative of a jock, it's the dumb dude that only know how to play sports. So yeah, he played that well, but not to know that he's 4 years younger or older, I should say, that just doesn't register with me. You know, you can't make that up. Like how, you know, that really, they should have said, well, you know, you got into an accident, you know, this, that, this, and the third, and you know, you were in a coma, you know, and we didn't want to traumatize you. And so this is why we did what we did, so to speak. You feel what
So
I'm
you're saying
saying?
they should have just gave the audience a reason as to
Yeah,
why Zeke
absolutely.
has
Absolutely.
been
Absolutely.
I mean,
They should have
you got
gave
it. Look, you got a son. You can tell your son right now, look, man, you really like
man,
9
no,
years
man, you
old.
can't. But how you gonna play that off? That means I could have graduated a whole, you know, I could have graduated
Oh,
ahead of
four
time,
years.
so to speak. Yeah, a whole
For
4 years.
4 years.
Like, come on, man, that don't make no sense. So that's the part where that I'm calling out. Like, you know, these are the parts I'm picking out when it comes to the writing and the script of Power, because this is something that you got to think has been force fed to our culture. We really don't have too many outside shows. Like Power has a long standing running. And I'm going to tell you something. The reason why I'm calling this out the way that I am is because I don't want it to empire itself. Because I'm not going to lie, I started off a big Empire fan. I was watching Empire the whole nine. But then when Empire started getting on some weird stuff, you know, over you know, just making all the homosexual scenes, just it was just crazy. So I stopped watching it. You know what I'm saying? And ain't never wanted to watch it again.
To
I don't
me,
want to feel that way with Power.
Empire got too soap opera-ish.
Facts.
Because that's what it was. It was a
I
nighttime
agree.
soap opera.
I
So
agree.
I kind of like, yeah, man, I lamed off of
That
off of
too, though.
Empire, man. Like, come on, y'all doing too much, man.
That too. And your
No.
point, and that's what I'm saying. Your point exactly, right? That's a point too I had with this. Like, yeah, your Empire got two soap operas, and then it got two you know, just all over the place. Shout out to Jen checking in. Jen Flynn checking in.
We'll know even know who that is. That's a bot, but shout out to
Hey,
you,
it's all
Jennifer Flynn,
yeah.
for checking us out, man. You know, we sitting here doing something new, man. We trying to test some
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
out.
yeah. It's all good, man. So yeah, you
Yeah.
know, what's going on? If y'all just checking in, man, we talking about Power, and obviously we reviewing Power, and you know, was it bad writing? Was the script as good as we are making it out to be? Because you know, Power is getting some great reviews, and everybody is loving it and stuff like that. But you know, right now, I just want to talk about a lot of the flaws because, like I said, the perception is just crazy out here. So you know,
Did you enjoy the show?
um,
Yes or no? Was a yes. That's a very simple question. Did you enjoy the show? Did you watch every episode of this last season? And did you
yeah, I mean,
enjoy
because I'm a
watching
Power
watching
fan.
them?
I'm a
Okay.
Power fan, so yes, I watched every episode. So that's
So
what I'm saying. As somebody, but hold on, as somebody who is invested into the Power series and the Powers brand, right? This is a situation, you know, I feel like I can comment on because I ain't just a bandwagoner. You know what I'm saying? I've been with them since the beginning. So yeah, I've watched every episode. Was I entertained? No, not to the level that I was accustomed to when it first came out. Like it was a lot more twists and turns. I just feel like this right here was the same narrative and I seen it coming. Another thing too I want to talk about when it comes to the writing is we have this whole, deception. And I know we talked about this a little bit off camera, but people wanting to always see the black family in disarray, right? Is that what we really want to see on TV all the time? Black families fighting, killing each other, stealing, lying, going behind each other's backs, all type of stuff. Is this what we really want to portray to the people? You know what I'm saying? And that's really what I'm asking everybody. Because when we look at these shows, this is what these shows are showing. You know what I'm saying? They're showing that all the time. You know what I mean? They're not showing a like we don't see enough of the Bill Cosby type Huxtable shows anymore with those type of morals and codes, I guess. Everything always has to be, like what I said. I mean, if you think about it, from that to all the power shows all have that same narrative. Obviously Empire had that same narrative, Snowfall,
so you're saying
BMF.
there are no family friendly shows on TV?
I'm saying the shows that we're gravitating to. I'm not saying you might throw one out there and I might not watch it, but the main ones that we watch and we get behind and stuff like that, these are the narratives.
You don't watch
that are
Blackish?
being pushed. I mean, no, I don't think Blackish is. No, I don't think a lot of people watch Blackish. I've seen it.
Hey, this is bigger than Power, bro.
I mean,
that's a
yeah.
The reason
I don't hear nobody talking about.
The reason is more popular than Power
talking about
because you only hear people talking about negative shit. That's why you don't hear people talking about family shows, but you're not talking to everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that don't watch Power. They watch shit like Blackish. You know what I'm saying? That's just another example of a huge show that's on its final season, or that shit probably ended now, but that's about to go out the window. But I do agree with you. I do agree with you. A lot of our television is definitely on some negative shit. I mean, look at Snowfall. We love Snowfall, man. But look at it. They thugging like a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Franklin the Kingpin.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, that's another thing that, like I said, I'm calling out as far as within the script writing, right? Just, I want to see a different type of narrative. It's always ending with that type of narrative. And that's all I question when it comes to how Courtney Kemp is writing her scripts. But, another thing too is the other thing I did not like about it was them over sexualizing the homosexuality. I feel like, yeah, I mean, in all other powers, we've seen a lot of man on girl sexual scenes. Obviously, there was a few in this power, but we also had a lot of Drew and his homeboy getting it in throughout the whole power.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is, my nigga.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, and yeah, I mean, but it is what it is. But that's something I feel like it was forced when Drew has a whole girlfriend. When in real life, Drew is not that way. I think he's bi. I think, it doesn't matter. I do think he's bi, right? Let's get that straight. But you don't have to show these scenes like that. Like how you cut out the Tariq scenes. You might get him kissing a little bit and then fade out. You could have did that, man. To over show these scenes, I don't feel like that was cool. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people will probably feel the same way.
Don, people saying he don't want to see that gay shit, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you on that, though. I don't want to see that gay shit either, man. But it is what it is, man. Did you hold on? Did you see the Eternals? Have you saw the Eternals yet?
No, I haven't.
So there's a gay guy in the Eternals.
This
is Marvel's first movie with a gay main character. I'm talking about he is gay. He is married with a family. Paperboy, who we love from the TV show Atlanta.
Wow.
Is kissing the man. We don't know how much. We don't know. I don't know if that was CGI, but he kissed the man. He has a gay character. He's like a dope ass superhero. He's like an engineer. He builds all kind of shit. But
so
I mean, that's what it is now, bro.
But like I said, when it comes to what we accept and what we don't accept. And a lot of the stuff comes through the media and it comes through these shows. So, I just feel like that I had to call that part out because we when we watch Power and we sit back, me and the lady, we sit back and we look at that and we say, like, man, we gotta fast forward it because it's like, yo, it's like, okay, y'all really just gotta keep getting it in. Drew gotta keep getting it in. The whole season was about Drew getting it in for real. Nobody wants to see that. I mean, whatever. Yeah, I understand you gotta appease that audience, but a lot of that audience does not, you know, they don't want to see that. Like if you talk to people who are in that community, they don't want to see themselves on that side and be like it's always got to be sex with them and stuff like that. Like they're being portrayed a certain type of way. And then like what do you feel like Professor Milgram's character, right? Like what? How do you feel like she was being portrayed in Power?
As a nosy teacher, nosy black woman, also super promiscuous. I ain't gonna call her a slut, that she had to been passed around, you know. But in between some of the characters that were involved in this case with Reek and these murders, like that's how she was portrayed. The
Yeah, I
freaky
mean,
professor.
yeah, if you really think about it, she had about four, she was five bodies in. I mean, she had uh the professor that got put in the dirt, she had the white cop, she had Method Man, she had Zeke. Am I
That's
missing
it.
some?
No,
Okay, so
that's
she
it.
was
Four,
four,
one four.
four deep. And
Oh,
if she would have stayed alive long enough and wouldn't have gotten in, such a pickle, I do think Lorenz Tate character would have hit that.
he was trying. He
Yeah,
tried.
yeah, he
Yeah,
was he
so
was on the prowl,
yeah,
and
he
and
was
he was,
trying,
and,
bro.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you're right. She definitely was portrayed and got real passed around throughout the whole season. And I just wonder, like, with characters like that, right? Because these characters have a life of their own. So when she goes out, like, I wonder how guys look at her now. Like, oh, do I got a chance with her? Because she got that seductive look. See, they casted her right for that particular character. If they wanted that type of look, they casted that look the right way. Period. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a look that I felt that, oh, yeah, they hit that look on the head. Yeah, she plays that role very, very well.
I mean, she a good looking woman.
Yeah, but it's not even that though. You can the eye look. You know what I'm saying? It's not even that she's a good looking
I
woman.
mean,
It's
for
just
me,
the
that's
fact.
what it is. But for
Yeah,
me,
it's
she's
just
a
the
very attractive. That's right up
oh
my alley
facts.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
woman, she's a very attractive woman.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, but I'm just saying, as far as with the look too, as far as with the promiscuous look, yes, she definitely has that look. So I definitely think they casted that role properly. Um, but it's just the overall concept of Power too,
I
right?
thought
I
it was
think
Carrie Hilson at first. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was Carrie. I thought that was Carrie Hilson at first, bro.
I but in
Happy
clo-
favor, Carrie Hilson.
but one thing I want to say is um say I'll bust her up.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, but one thing I would say is that I feel like Power Universe as a whole is really at a crossroads though. Um, because I feel like Raising Canaan was a flop.
I
People
enjoyed that.
watched it,
I
people
enjoyed
watched
Raising
it,
Kanan.
but a lot of people did not like Raising Canaan.
Yeah, it's all
Um,
good.
yeah, people didn't like Raising Canaan. I really feel BMF, you can't really come at BMF because everybody is like, oh, it's like a call. It's like talking about the Barb's or Rihanna or Beyonce's.
Huh?
You know,
Who said that?
no, I'm just saying it's a lot of people who, when you talk about BMF, they love it. Like, and I'm like, no, I'm like, it was a lot of cheesy, bad script writing in that as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? And people just are so in love with just titles and that the fact that this is on the only thing on because we don't have any real other shows on nighttime TV but the Power series and stuff. 50 then cornered the market. Let's just keep it a buck. Like he has the market cornered right now.
When you
You
say
know what I
we, you
mean?
saying black people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch TV enough.
Exactly.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
power, Stars got the app. So people are just getting the app, subscribing just to see their
Yeah.
power episodes and stuff like that. So power then took on a brand of its own. But I feel like when people dissect this season of Power Book 2 and they go back and they look at Kanan, they look at the BMF, are we seeing a decline in the power universe? Now we're gonna have to see how this Tommy plays out. The first episode didn't get rave reviews, but we'll see how it picks up as time goes on. I think he's just gonna be the super gangster. You know what I'm saying? Tearing up everything in his path. He's gonna be on a war zone in Chicago, war path in Chicago. I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean, power in itself, I feel like is at a critical point. They need this Tommy episode, but their bread and butter, I'm gonna tell you their bread and butter. Their bread and butter is this Tariq Power Book 2. Because like you said, this is the one they can stretch out. They can
They are.
stretch this out. They can
They gonna
stretch
keep
this
this
out.
shit going, bro. They
Yeah,
finna keep this going. Kanan and Tommy. That's see Kanan and Tariq, them were the test runs for Tommy. That's why it took 2 years for Tommy's story to come out, because it's been 2 years.
right.
50 of them had to run the test though on Kanan and Tariq, and they did well. So, now they the drop power. Book 4. I think Tommy's story gonna be interesting though. That first episode, it was I can't even say it was a warm up, but it kind of showed what he's about to have going on, because he already beefing with motherfuckers. But Tommy ain't no joke though. He ain't no hoe. So
No, Tommy's not no hoe, and we definitely gonna
we finna
see
see.
how that one plays out. But I'm interested to see how they bounce back with season 3 of Power Book 2. They definitely going to come back on a whole nother wave. I do think they need to introduce a few more characters into the fold next time. And let's hope for some better script writing, man. Like I said, I mean, I think a lot of people just went with Power just because it's power.
But then,
It's power.
they got another case they finna start fighting on, I think, with Davis. That's why at the end of it, he couldn't get rid of Davis. They got to keep working together. They got some more cases they finna be fighting. They got to have his lawyer. Davis want his money.
Yeah.
So that's finna be real.
Shout out to Method Man, man. Method Man played, I like Method Man's character, and he's coming into his own acting wise.
And then also Meth trying to get his brother out. Redman.
And what I want to ask too, man, on another note, what's up with Redman? Redman really looks sick.
Yeah. I think Redman going through some shit, man. Shout out to Redman though. Yeah,
absolutely,
he
man.
He was slammed up, man. I
Yeah.
think he does have some kind of illness. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I need to look that up right quick, but he a little slim though.
Yeah, shout out to Red, man. One of my favorite rappers. I'm glad they got him involved and got him in there, because I was wondering like why Red ain't been acting and stuff like that. I think they was a great dynamic duo. I really think they could have did way more movies and stuff like that together, and sitcoms and everything.
Actually, I just looked it up. Redman does not have any illness as of 2021. He has not mentioned him being sick or suffering from any disease. There was a rumor that spread when he lost his weight excessively around 2015. So now he good.
Okay, well, shout out to Red, man. I'm glad he's in good health.
Imagine the shit they be smoking though. You know what I'm saying? That shit probably some shit that we can't
on the reefer.
We can't even touch that shit they smoking, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, for real. Niggas ain't paying $1,000 an ounce for no reefer.
Facts. So like I said, man, in closing, on Power Book 2, my feelings on it could have been better. I feel like the screenwriting let me down a little bit. Will I check out season 3 when it comes out? Yes. But at the same time, we gonna see what Tariq end up doing, man, because it seems like his father, he just dodges all these miraculous bullets. But y'all know what it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all check us out, man. It's your boy Don Peoples and Trav. Deadbolt. Gone.